everybody. Good to see you. It's a Hump Day Wednesday. We like that.
Yeah, but a very somber and sad into our rush hour this morning with news out of Roanoke.
It's so sad. It is. And you know, it really is a story, the killing of the reporter and photographer there near Smith Mountain Lake in cold blood this morning. Just 24 and 27 years old, just beginning their careers. And I think it really has resonated with newsrooms all across the country.
Right.
Because we send reporters and photographers out, and a lot of times there is no regard to safety. And you know, sometimes you're just not really looking around. When you're a reporter on a live shot, you know, you're kind of focused in on your guest and your next question and your photographer, he's got one eye sort of in the camera, and you know, you can't always be aware of what's coming up behind you. And unfortunately, they were just bombarded. I don't think they saw this coming.
Right. And things like this are happening more and more across the country. I was at a union meeting this past weekend, and we were talking about the safety of journalists out, because we've had people in California who have been held up for their equipment, for the jewelry, for their purse, wallet, so forth and so on. Unfortunately, this took it to the next level, which is horrible. But
very horrible.
Yeah,
we've already heard some repercussions. I think it was in New York. The New York Police Department is stepping up the security that they provide around reporters in live locations.
Right.
So we'll see if other police departments around the country also did similar things. But
yeah,
so sad. And you know, the other angle of this story is the team, the reporter and photographer team. They would go out together, but they were a team in their personal lives. They were a couple.
Yeah.
And they were romantically involved. She had just...
Well, no, I think she was dating an anchor. I thought she was dating an anchor.
I heard they were a
and
couple.
he was dating a producer.
Oh, I got my story wrong.
Yeah,
then.
I think that's what it was. But you're right. I mean, you develop a close relationship. I mean, we have relationships like that with our floor directors here and our producers behind the scenes, and it's a bond. It's not just a relationship. I mean, trust me, when you start meeting somebody at 3:30 in the morning, you become friends real quick.
So true.
And that relationship it's a friendship. It's not just a working relationship. It's a friendship.
You are a team out there. You absolutely. You know, one has your back. You have the back for the other person.
Right.
And she had just gotten a new job. She was going to be moving to Charlotte to start her next step on the ladder and what was to be a very promising career. So our hearts and prayers go out to all of them in the community and their families and friends. So very sad day.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to move over to celebrity news, because there's a lot that's brewing in the world. And
in the world of dancing.
In the world of dancing and just all kinds of good stuff.
That's right.
So, yeah.
So let's start with the dancing.
Yes.
And we hear now that another Dancing with the Stars star has been revealed for the new season. And he is the Triple Crown winning jockey, Victor Espinoza.
Wow.
And Espinoza announced this on his Twitter page yesterday. He's going to be part of the cast for season 21 of Dancing with the Stars. And he says that there is... whoever gets him as the pro pair is going to have her work cut out for her, because he says he cannot dance. He has 2 left feet, and you know, that's the way it is. It's just going to be starting from scratch for him. I think a lot of people can relate to that. I love that.
I'm anxious to see how he does, because they're always on your posture, and his posture is usually hunched over the horse.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Point.
He never really has to sit up straight, so I'm anxious to see how that works out for him.
I know.
You know?
And he doesn't really have to move his feet on that horse, does he?
And he's, you know, most jockeys are not very tall. He's not a very tall man.
So who would they pair him with then? Who is the shortest of the pros out there?
That's a good question. I don't know. Is Cheryl Burke coming back this year? Maybe
I don't
Cheryl?
know.
She's about 5'1" or 5'2", so maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. It's always a fun show, though.
I know. We already heard the first person announced. That was Bindi Irwin.
Yes.
From Australia, so she's just 17 years old. She'll be adorable to watch. So it's interesting. You know, other years they sort of have everybody march out on stage together, and you learn about the whole cast
together.
So this year they're kind of rolling them out one at a day,
one at a time. So we'll see. When does the show start? The end of September. So by then we'll have plenty of time to know who's who.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kanye West. Well, he is going to be honored at this year's VMAs. MTV announced that the rapper will receive the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, and this is the show's highest honor. But there's no word on if someone will interrupt Kanye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I have to say, it's time, isn't it? It's time. But he joins the likes of past winners, Beyonce, the tops in the business, Michael Jackson, Madonna, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, too.
Yeah.
They were all winners. And the 2015 MTVs will be airing on this Sunday. And I know you'll be watching.
I do. I always like the VMAs.
Yeah.
That was always a fun thing growing up, to watch the VMAs, because that's when MTV actually played videos. videos. Now you seem to have to go to YouTube to watch all the videos now.
I know. I would really like to tune in one day and just see videos.
And see videos instead of all these shows. And
remember the pop-up videos?
yes,
They were fun.
those are always
Oh,
good.
they were good. All right, so more announcements today, and the new cast of ABC's The View has now come out. So familiar face, Joy Behar is returning as a co-host.
I'm glad to see this.
I think a lot of people are excited to see Joy back, and you know, of course, everybody's been speculating about that for weeks. She's 72 now, and she is an original member of The View when Barbara Walters launched the show back in 1997. And it was good with her because she has a sharp wit and a sharp tongue, and I think she had a certain viewpoint that worked well on the show.
Right, exactly. All right, well, we are talking about Good Morning America's weekend host. Paula Ferris is going to be joining on board.
What do you think about that pick? That to me came out of left field. I was like,
That
wow,
one
I really
came out
like
of left
Paula,
field.
but I didn't expect her to be. Will she leave GMA on the weekends to do
I
The
thought
View?
she was going to keep working straight through. I don't
So
know.
she'll do Monday through Friday with The View, and then weekends?
I guess.
Oh, that's a full plate.
That's
She has
the-
little kids too.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's going to be interesting to see how she, how her role changes. And then Candace Cameron Bure, she's
Yes.
going to be on.
And she'll be the conservative voice on
She'll
the
be the
panel. You
conservative
need to
one.
have a yin and a yang, right?
So that'll be funny to see how that plays off with Raven Simone, because they've already had a couple of, went toe-to-toe a couple of times
Yeah.
on that show.
And Rosie O'Donnell and Rosie Perez and who was the other one? Nicole?
Oh, Nicole Wallace.
They're all
Yeah.
gone this year.
I was surprised by Nicole Wallace's exit. I thought she did a fine job.
Yeah.
I liked her. So, I mean, and really, it's a political year. I thought she would bring a lot of insight to what's going
that's
on
a
during
point.
the campaign.
Yeah, that's a point.
But maybe they just decided, go
I
a
probably
different-
surprised her too.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
All right, well, Chris Brown, always full of surprises, and apparently has a major new addition to his collection of body art.
So a tattoo of, get this, it's the statue Venus de Milo on the back of his head. Yes,
Oh, wow.
it is. I can
Oh,
kind of
dear.
see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's his face. So the 26-year-old singer has been showing off his bold new ink, a half-head image of the famous statue, which resides, of course, in Paris's Louvre. But oddly, after he shared that picture, then he pulled it from his Instagram account.
Wonder why. Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why he would do that. I mean, there's some things he should have pulled and he does it, but he pulls that.
I have no idea why, but once you put it out there, people have seen it, and people did screen grab it,
They screen
and they
grab it.
have it, and they've retweeted it and got
Right.
it out there on other Instagram pictures. So everybody's seeing it. But now there's the whole question since he pulled it: is this a hoax? Is this the real
Right.
deal? Did he really get the ink? So who knows?
Yeah, we'll find out, I
Yeah.
guess. All right.
Some people might take offense if you compare them to the people in American Gothic. That famous artwork.
But comedian and actress Amy Schumer was totally on board with the comparison. On Monday, a fan tweeted, "I think I have revealed a genealogy line for Amy Schumer. The American Gothic lady could be an ancestor. Hashtag no disrespect, Schumer." Which Amy turned around and responded in the best way possible by recruiting Academy Award winner J.K. Simmons to join her in recreating Grant Wood's iconic 1930 painting. And what do you think about that? Look at that.
Well, it sort of gives the
interesting.
vibe, but
Yeah.
Amy's showing a little cleavage. I don't think American Gothic would have any cleavage showing.
But she's funny like that, and to have some fun
Oh,
with
yeah.
people that are trying to, turn the hate around and have some fun.
Yeah.
People have too much time on their hands just to sit there and spew out hate all the time.
Absolutely. I like the way she did it. But the person who originally put out the pictures, she was like a dead, a doppelganger, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah,
Amy.
yeah,
She
yeah.
looked just like her. So it was kind of funny for Amy to go ahead
Well,
and
maybe
take
that's where she got
another step.
her
Yeah.
inspiration from to do that. You never know. All right, well, speaking of satire, it may pay to be funny, and smart rather, like comedian Amy Schumer.
And ABC's Nick Watt has a look.
Scientists now say that watching Modern Family will actually make you more creative, smarter. Why?
I wasn't the greatest husband the first time around, but I'm trying to do better this time. And maybe by my third marriage, I'll have it down pat. Yeah, that one's going to cost me.
It's that sarcasm.
We discovered that when people get exposed to sarcasm, either by expressing sarcasm or by receiving sarcasm, they actually become more creative.
I'm sorry that my fugitive timetable doesn't coincide with your social calendar.
That sarky line from Midnight Run got Prof. Galinsky interested, led to a book, just published research, and a weird conclusion. People shown sarcastic cartoons then perform better on the classic cognitive performance test than those who haven't seen the sarky stuff.
To understand that sarcasm required you in that moment to think flexibly, and that flexibility of thought then allows you to continue, at least for some period of time, to think in a more flexible way, which is really the foundation of creativity.
Researchers also advise that expressing sarcasm works well with friends.
Nice pants, Nick.
Yeah, very funny.
But not so well with strangers.
Nice bun.
Right now, she's temporarily smarter, and so am I.
Professor, this is very important research for mankind.
I don't even take that comment sarcastically. I'm going to take that sincerely.
Nick Watt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
So if you're sarcastic, you think more creatively?
That's what they're saying.
I think that they might have a point with that.
Yeah. It takes a second to come up with that sharp tongue and that sharp wit and say something.
You're good at that. You know what I think also helps me? Like, I do crossword puzzles.
Yes.
And sometimes when you see the clue, it's not the exact, really what you think they mean, and there's like a second or third meaning of that.
Right.
So you really have to think creatively
right.
to do those. So maybe I have.
Plus your brain's always working.
Sharpening my wit
there.
There
you go.
I can only hope.
All right, well, coming up after the break, oh my boy, I'm excited about this. Singer CeCe Peniston will be here. Tell us what she's been up to. A little celebrity wife
for us.
Yeah. Well, she might. You never know. So you don't want to miss hearing about what she's been doing lately and who she's been doing it with. It's going to be interesting.
Oh, it will. And make sure you follow us on Twitter, because we live tweet during the show and we post behind the scenes photos. We'll probably post one of CeCe coming up. So stick around. We'll be right back. Well, tonight on ABC7, R&B artist CeCe Peniston is stepping outside her comfort zone. That's because she's participating in the hit show Celebrity Wife Swap. I'm sure you've seen it. She's switched places with another star, former child actress Kelly Williams. And CeCe's here today. She's going to tell us all about the experience on the show. And also joining her, we have Well, we got Chef Gregory Booth with us. He's the executive chef at the Kitchen at Blue Creek. He was also on the show as a chef. So welcome back, guys. Good to see
Thank
you.
Good to see you too.
Wow. So Cece, you know, you've had such an amazing career in R&B. You know, 20-some years as a presence in that music genre. Yeah. What made you want to go on Celebrity Wife Swap?
Well, you know what? I felt like, you know, it would be a great vessel for people who haven't seen me in a while. It looked like a lot of fun. Every time I have looked at the show, it looked like a lot of fun. I was like, and they asked me to do it. I was like, oh, I'm going to do it.
Fun and also a little nervous to go into a situation like that?
You know what? Kind of, because, you know, you never know how it's all going to come off or whatever. But you know what? I just say, you know, we had a great time. Whatever goes down, I feel like you learn something from everything that you do, so I'm really excited about it. And I was really excited that Chef Booth could join me on the show, Chef Gregory Booth. And
yeah. You guys partner up quite a bit, don't you?
Oh, yeah, all the time. We're always kind of around. If you look at the Instagram, we're looking at pictures, you can see how we are.
No, don't look at that. Wait a minute.
Well, I want to ask you about the show that we're going to see this episode tonight.
Yes.
10 p.m., ABC 7. And what was it like going into Kelly's home? It was different from your home, right?
Definitely. You know, she has 2 kids. I don't want to give the total storyline away, but
we're looking at you there with one of the children?
With the children. That's Autumn. That's Marcus's daughter, my stepdaughter. She's 13. They have little teeny children. She's like, they're 2 and 5. She's 13.
Oh, okay.
So it's a vast difference, you know. Always on her social media. You know, it's just a little bit different for me. So, you know, just learning how to take care of the babies in between cooking and see how Kelly lives her life and, you know, falling into that whole realm. But like I said, I don't want to give everything away. You got to watch tonight. You got to watch tonight, you guys. I don't want to give everything away.
Let's just say there's going to be some drama, right?
Pretty much. If you look at the clip, there's a clip that I actually put on my social media today, and I'm sure you guys showed a little bit of it. You can see, like, oh, there was definitely a little bit of drama.
How long did you have to stay at her home?
We were there filming for, I think it was a week, at least a week.
Okay.
Yes.
And that was enough?
Yeah. I think, you know what, when you're in somebody else's room, you can't wait to get back to your own way of living and life and everything. But
what were the lessons learned?
The lessons learned were, you know, sometimes you really don't know what someone else is going through until you walk in their shoes. She may not, you know, know everything about my life and vice versa. There's some things that we're just absolutely not going to change because I'm slightly rebellious and that's just how we are. But there's other things that I felt like with the show that we could implement. And, you know, I learned a little bit about my relationship with Marcus even more and how we interact, you know, whereas another couple may do something this way, we do it this way. You know,
everybody's different, right?
Right.
So, Chef Gregory, your role on the show was as chef?
Yes, so every now and then I'll fly out to Cece's home in Arizona and I'll do parties for her, you know, cook her meals for her week. So I was just on set, happened to be out there for that week and got a chance to be a part of the show.
So you were cooking up some amazing things, I
was. What they would normally have for their dinner, cooking for Marcus, and what he would normally have for dinner in autumn. So.
And that was different from what Kelly was used to?
Yes. Well, actually,
first of all, having a chef in the house is probably different for Kelly.
I don't want to give it away too much, but Kelly's meal was definitely different from Marcus's and Autumn's meal.
Okay.
So he definitely got different food.
Yeah. All right.
But
we know Cece likes healthy food.
Correct. Right. Yeah. So Kelly had to eat the food that Cece would normally eat.
So you can kind of just wrap your mind kind of around what that would possibly be.
Yeah. Cece's a health nut, so it's, you know, very low calorie, you know, low carb, you know, not too much sodium. So I had to kind of prepare that meal for Kelly.
Okay.
So it was interesting. It was definitely interesting.
You are going to prepare a meal for us today.
Yes, so
this would be something that Cece would eat?
So, yes. So Cece is a huge fan of shrimp. So I'm doing a mini caprese salad with shrimp and arugula pesto.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
So this, you know, everyone usually has a viewing party. So this is our viewing party meal for the evening. Usually I'm cooking something, you know, with heat or something, but this is going to be a little bit different. So it's essentially just arugula pesto. It's grape tomatoes. You can use bocconcini, which are the round mozzarella balls, or you can just use mozzarella that you can cube. Shrimp. I have some olive oil and balsamic vinegar.
This sounds easy. This sounds pretty easy to make.
A lot of people usually put, I'm sure you've had a caprese salad before, a lot of people usually use basil with their caprese. I use tarragon. Tarragon is a very good pairing with caprese salad.
Now, tarragon has a little bit of a licorice leaf flavor, right?
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's wonderful. It's great with the caprese.
Okay. Well,
it'll change your life.
We're going to have to try this. What do you think?
Absolutely. If you'd like to try.
You got a fork over there?
Yes, ma'am.
take a look. Okay,
There
now
you
you
are.
grab one too, Cece. We'll give it a try. And this would be something that you. Now, let me ask you about portion-wise.
Sure.
Would this be a whole meal for you, Cece?
It's almost close.
This looks like an appetizer to me, right?
You know what? It's like you get 4 to 6 ounces of meat, and then you get like your vegetables. Especially when you're training, you do a lot of smaller meals, and so that's why this works.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Yummy. I'm gonna get some of this pesto in here.
Absolutely.
Very
Did you get
yummy.
a taste of the tarragon?
Oh,
It's in there somewhere.
it's just an exotic blend with the tarragon. It gives
Yeah.
it that extra oomph. I love fresh herbs. So tonight, now there's going to be a viewing party. Tell us all about that.
We're going to be at Paradigm tonight. Starts at 7
And that's
o'clock.
in Lanham, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's starts at 7 o'clock. We're going to have Miss Gina Rose. Karen's going to be in the house singing. We're going to have Live Entice Band. We're going to have the premiere of Celebrity Wife Swap tonight as well. Chef Gregory Booth will be in the house. And also, I'm going to do a live band show for everybody.
So you're giving a free concert?
Absolutely.
How cool is that? Are we going to hear your old favorites or some new music?
Definitely. I'm always the type, if I go to like even somebody else's show, I always like somebody to do the hits or the songs that I love. So I'm gonna make sure I do that for everybody tonight. So
you had this huge career in the 90s, and then you had this like years period before you put out some new music, which you did a few years ago, right?
Yes.
New album. And now what's coming up for you musically?
Oh man, so many good things. I'm in the studio now, about to go into the studio with Maurice Joshua, was in with Calvin Richardson, Noel Gourdine. I have a single called Believe that's coming out of Germany with Chaos. I have a new swimwear line. I have a movie called Where Is Good, a pilot that we're working on for a cooking show. And I'm also training for another fitness competition. So we're definitely, and an energy drink and a beer called She.
What?
So yeah, girl, I'm keeping
Always
busy.
working.
Wearing me out. I'm
You got to have your 7 streets. You got to keep busy.
You do. Well, everybody can come out tonight in Lanham and check it out, and you can meet CC and Chef Gregory
Doors
Booth.
open at 7 p.m.
All right. Thanks so much for cooking for us today.
Thank
We're going
you.
to finish the rest of this delicious. And we'll have more Let's Talk Live right after this. Stick around.
A new study that ranks the most wrinkle-prone states in the U.S. has recently been released. And you wonder how Washington, D.C. stacked up? Well, beauty expert Amy Goodman is here to tell us where the district landed in the wrinkle ranking. She will also share some surprising factors that can cause wrinkles and some tips on how we can avoid getting the wrinkles, maybe. Welcome, Amy Goodman. How are you?
I am great. Yeah, the 2015 Rock Wrinkle Ranking is out.
Yes.
They teamed up with Sperling's Best Places to get the study done, and a lot of different factors went into it, everything from lifestyle to occupational factors, environmental factors, and I'm sure you want to know where DC fell in the lineup.
Of course. Where did we fall?
We're number 23. We're a little bit in the middle of the pack. We need to think about certain things we can do to improve. One thing we should be really proud of, in terms of the study, we were the lowest in terms of skin cancer rates. So this is really, really impressive. But things that offset that were really high ozone pollution level, also a really long commute.
Which makes sense. We just came in number 1 with the longest commute.
Right,
so,
exactly, right? And really long work hours. And lastly, we tend to drink heavily, probably because of the long work hours. So these things all
the stress.
really add to bad skin care and really bad wrinkle situation.
So we got to watch the drinking and try to stress less.
Yes.
Okay, we'll try to do that. What about exercise? How does exercise affect our skin?
Right. So when you think about exercise and how it relaxes you, embracing things like yoga and meditation, these are really phenomenal for ways to relax, especially the facial muscles, and de-stressing. So stress is directly related to wrinkles. So kind of embrace, there's lots of great things to do in the DC area, walking the mall, embracing some hiking out in Great Falls. There's great options for us and things to kind of relax. Also, the American Dermatology Society Association said that repeated facial movements and engaging in those repeatedly also causes wrinkles. So for us, we're doing this right now, which cracks me up because the more you use those facial muscles, it makes a groove in the skin, under the layer of the skin, repeatedly creates a wrinkle.
Get your laugh lines.
Relax your face. You're amazed, like when you're sitting at the computer, how tense your face is. Just relax as much as you can when you're not smiling on TV.
Or if you're or if you're out in the sun, even just walking the dog, if you don't have on shades or a hat, that frown you get because the sun is like in your eyes, and then you've got that look.
Exactly.
Or that wrinkle.
As much as you can. So when you're exercising, relax your body, but relax your face. When you're sitting in front of the computer, also relax your face.
Well, now we've always heard that H2O gives the skin a glow, but really, why is water important for our skin?
Well, water really hydrates the skin and makes it function optimally. So 8 to 10 glasses, we know it, we know this is a fact, but how many of us actually do this? So it's very, very important to hydrate, keep the skin optimally primed, and also kind of reduce that. And also in the study, it found that DC ranked number 3 in terms of binge drinking. When you drink like that, you dehydrate. That causes wrinkles. So make sure you hydrate. You can do a quick skin test. If your skin punches back quickly, then you're fully hydrated. And also, when it comes to your facial skin, it's a little known fact that when you're pulling at your skin or you're rubbing your eyes, and my mom and I do this all the time. She's always talking to me, and she has this habit of like pulling her eyes. You could be permanently causing damage because the skin around the eye is among the most fragile and delicate of any of the entire face, up to 10 times thinner than anywhere else on your face. So make sure you invest in a great eye cream. From Rock, we have their multi-correction 5-in-1 eye cream. It was found that in a study, women said in a clinical study that in 4 weeks they found and saw results. Everything from dark circles under the eyes, there appeared to be a big change, and even puffiness, kind of reduced that puffiness. So those 5 classic signs of aging in the skin were really, really reduced.
Well, I wanted to ask you not just about water, but about sleep, because I've heard the myth that you should sleep on your back. Or, on your side, rather. You should sleep on your side, because if you sleep on your back, then the skin pulls back towards the ears, and then when you stand up, it comes back forward.
So your myth is really good. You know your information. It's not even just the quality of the sleep that really, really does count. So when you're on your side, you can be prone to wrinkles on the side of your face and your chin. And when you sleep on your stomach, you can really be prone to that furrow of the brow right in the middle of the forehead. When you sleep on your back, that is optimal because it really, gravity finally is working in our favor, right? It's pulling things nice and smoothly toward the back and smoothing everything out. But don't also forget the overall quantity of the sleep. Target that 6 to 8 hours. You do need to kind of recuperate and enable those skin to be optimally primed.
Now, we also hear all the time, every summer, be careful of sun, make sure you've got your sunscreen on, but we typically don't think about wearing sunscreen in the car. And for motorists here in DC that are stuck in the car a lot, Yeah, how does that affect us?
Yeah, and the wrinkle ranking study, we ranked 4th in the country for the longest commute. And you said yourself, we have this long commute.
Yes, definitely.
I was stuck in traffic getting here.
Oh, no.
The UV rays go straight through the glass. We forget this. Even with some tinted windows, it comes straight through the glass. So that's why on the left side, we tend to be darker. We have more freckles on our left side of our faces. Just grab a great sunscreen. Here we have one from Aveeno that's very hydrating as well. There's benefits to that. Keep it in your bag or your briefcase. As temperatures kind of even out, you can keep it in your car. Just put it on while you're sitting in all that traffic on that one side. There's really no excuse not to protect your skin. We have lots of different avenues to do so. To prevent the wrinkles and keep them at bay. We know they're coming, but might as well do what we can to keep our ever youthful glow going, right?
Yeah, if we got to do it, we got to go down fighting, right?
Yes, we want our number in the wrinkle ranking to actually go down, so we can prime it with that fantastic low skin cancer rate that we've got going, which is fantastic.
Great. Amy Goodman, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming in today. And again, the website where we can find out more information.
For sure, rockskincare.com.
Rockskincare.com. Got it. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Stick with us. We'll have more of Let's Talk Live coming up after the break.
Well, our next guest has been traveling the world in search of authentic cuisine. He has been to Iceland, Puerto Rico, even Hawaii, and now Jim Benson, who's the owner and executive chef of 11 Courses, is here to give us a taste of Hawaii.
Definitely. Thank you for having me
Welcome
today.
back, world traveler.
I'm ready to be back and share what we found on our trip.
So what made you go to Hawaii?
Well, we really wanted to kind of get a sense of, the island cuisine and the culture, especially with Hawaiian Statehood Day being in August. So we wanted to kind of
fitting.
Yeah, it's fitting, the time of year, and just really wanted to dive into that culture.
So how did you go exploring the food culture of Hawaii?
Right, definitely. Well, we really met with chefs, local chefs and proprietors, and to really get a sense of, what is it about Hawaiian cuisine that makes it so special and unique.
And what did you find out?
You know, with the whole farm-to-table craze now, they believe in ocean-to-table as well. And so they really take a lot of pride in what they get from the surrounding oceans, and down to where that particular fish is caught and who caught it. They take a lot of pride in that. So, you know, I think the essence of Hawaiian cuisine is the spirit and passion that they have about their culture and showcasing that in the food.
Are there certain fish that are more popular on the menu there?
Well, you know, ono is very common. Ahi tuna, you see it everywhere, and especially for a dish that we're going to prepare today, poke. And so there's many different varieties of it all throughout the island.
What does that mean?
It is essentially a salad of fresh fish, much like similar to a ceviche, but without the acid, so you still have the raw element of the fish, the sushi element. So big Asian influence on the island, and so you can kind of see that in the dish. So we have some
beautiful tuna here, ahi
ruby
tuna,
red
and it's
ahi
gorgeous.
tuna, and to that we're going to add some flavors that kind of represent the island. Now, big on Maui is the Maui onion. So if you can't find it at home, definitely a sweet onion is great. Now, they really go for a very coarse chop, you know, for great texture. And with that, we add a little bit of fresh asparagus.
Oh, those little
vibrant
baby
colors.
asparagus.
Yeah,
those are beautiful.
Yeah, so you really get that essence of a salad with the crunch of some wonderful macadamia nuts, which
Now
you'll find.
that says Hawaiian.
Yeah, that is Hawaii in a nutshell, right? So you see it everywhere incorporated in desserts, but both sweet and savory applications really makes this product sing. One cool thing that I saw them do, they really kind of create like a modern take on cuisine and implemented a little bit of dried beef in their poke, just to get that little smokiness and saltiness to the dish. Of course, a little bit of Hawaiian sea salt to add to that.
Beautiful color.
Yeah, beautiful red color from the volcanic clay. A little bit of chili flake for some heat.
What are they?
Yeah, chili flake.
things.
Yeah. This is a black sesame seed.
Oh.
So great color, great flavor to reinforce with our sesame oil. Okay, a couple tablespoons of that, a couple tablespoons of soy sauce. So you definitely see the Asian influence and a little bit more influence of our pineapple syrup that we kind of highlight. You know, the Dole Plantation is right there in the island near Waikiki, Oahu. So, you know, representing all those different flavors there. And as you can see, very beautiful, very colorful, and very flavorful. So we have that, and you can simply pair it with a little bit of avocado. We have some taro chips, and you just can't go wrong. You know, this time of year, outside family and friends, you know, it's a little bit of warm, refreshing dish.
That is gorgeous, and I love the fact that it's all fresh and natural, and it comes from local sources, right?
Yeah, they believe local.
Now, food is expensive to import, right?
Yes.
So a lot of people there, don't they, sort of have fruit trees in their yards?
Oh, definitely.
And gardens and chickens and things?
Yeah, there was a big movement some 10, 15 years ago where they really wanted to get away from the importing of all these expensive ingredients and really draw from the land because there's such a rich agriculture there. There's just so many products that they can source from within, and it really, you know, enhanced tourism, enhanced day-to-day life, and it's really a wonderful experience.
Came out in their food. Now,
yes.
is most of what you saw food-wise Asian influences, or were there other influences?
There's a lot of Asian influences. You'll see some European influences, some, you know, American influences, you know, from mainland. But I would say you see a lot of Asian influence, or you know, that Polynesian kind of approach. And so we kind of highlight that with a few dishes that we have here today.
So you have some other Hawaiian dishes.
Yes.
Oh, show us what you brought.
So over here we have these pork tacos. So we almost think of our little edible plates. So we have a little composed dish, as we see there. Roll it up and enjoy. And on the islands, a lot of pork. You know, in the emu pits of the luau's, you know, they're going to roast those pigs under the stones, and so that's a really big push there, and you see it in a lot of menus. Over here we have a Caesar salad. This was inspired by a chef I met out in Hawaii, and they had pineapple croutons, and I thought that was such a cool, creative way to add a spin. We have some fresh beet chips that we made, some shaved Parmesan.
Gives it some color, doesn't it,
exactly.
with the beet chips? That's beautiful.
Oh, it's fun.
What do we have over here?
Oh, so we have a coconut cake. So real big on coconuts out there, obviously. And then we really highlight the coconut creme right there. A little bit of banana in the buttercream banana bread is big
Yeah,
over there.
pineapples and bananas, right?
Pineapples and
Big,
bananas,
right?
you know.
And this looks like another main course over here. Is that some kind of beef?
I had a wonderful experience at Mama's Fish House where they had a grilled papaya filled with kind of an Asian marinated beef. And so this is our take on that. So we have a beef tenderloin with our grilled papaya, and then a little bit of wild mushrooms. And that's what we like to do.
And you got to do a cocktail. What did you bring for us to drink?
We brought a Mai Tai. And so what we have here is, it's just fresh island juices. This is from, a recipe from about a 50-year-old recipe, and it's light, refreshing, and
Jim Benson, he knows how to do it. Hawaiian cooking, 11 courses catering. Check it out, and we'll have more Let's Talk Live after a quick break. Stay with us.
Well, back to school season is upon us, and who better than nationally renowned lifestyle expert Karen Fursell to reveal parents' hottest and newest gears, food supplies, and give them the 411 on what to buy and where to buy it. Karen will ensure that kids are equipped with this year's most popular items.
Yeah, back to school, obviously I feel like I hear a collective cheering from all the parents. It's a big time of the year and you're getting your kids to transition between summer and fall. But for me, the most important thing is to send my kids back to school with healthy lunches, and that's what we're talking about today. Fresh fruit is always on my radar because it's a hard thing. You want your kids to have it, but it's hard to send in a lunchbox that's going to be in a locker all day long. So Crispy Fruit by Crispy Green sort of alleviates that problem because it's 100% freeze-dried fruit. It comes in really great flavors. There's apple, banana, cantaloupe, pineapple, and they come in small packages so your kids can sort of rip them open and eat it very like snack-like. It's so sweet and it's gluten-free and fat-free, and it really allows you to know that you're sending your kids to school with essentially just 100% real fruit. So I love that. I'm also steering away from potato chips. I mean, they have too much fat, and the better for you option is Snack Factory's pretzel crisps, which is this cracker that's, you know, it's made from pretzels, and it's got wholesome and real ingredients. There's no trans fat, there's no saturated fat or cholesterol. It comes in great flavors. There's an original, there's an everything, there's a garlic and Parmesan. The kids love it. They're super thin. They're super thin cracker. You get that crunch. And, you know, again, it's 30% less calories than a potato chip. So you don't have to really send your kids with something that's going to sort of weigh them down. And the other thing is kids really want something sweet in their lunch, but it's hard because you don't want to send, you know, a cookies, and you don't want to send a brownie. So Kind is a great company. I love it. My kids are obsessed with it. They're coming out with this new Kind Pop Bars, which are made from 6 super grains. They're gluten-free. And the grain that everyone's going to be talking about is sorghum. It's called sorghum, and it's got a popcorn-like flavor to it. So the new Popped Bars taste like popcorn. It's got that flavor to it. But they come in great flavors. There's a salted caramel, and then there's also a dark chocolate with sea salt. So you have that salty and sweet combo. And, you know, it's made from great ingredients, everything you can pronounce, and I think as a parent that's always like a home run. And then after school I think is really hard too, because kids come home hungry, but you don't want to undo all the healthy choices you've made at lunchtime. And Radar Farms just came out with a really cool product. It's called Fruit Plus. So it's the first company that's really fortifying their frozen fruit with an extra boost. So what they did is during the freezing process using static electricity, I know it sounds like super crazy, but it's very innovative. They've taken dried fruit and vegetables, you know, superfoods. There's even a little shiitake mushroom in there, and they have blasted their frozen fruit with this. So it ups the ante in terms of vitamins and minerals. You're going to get 25% more of the vitamins, you know, without it. And it's great. It's great for smoothies. It's great for baking. It's great to throw into some yogurt. And the kids don't even know it, but they're getting more vitamins and minerals, and you feel good as a parent giving it. And listen, all this stuff is going to really help your kids go from morning all the way through dinner time.
She's a nationally recognized food and nutrition expert, and she is passionate about food and health.
Yeah, and she's here today to share some great tips about how to make power-packed back-to-school snacks. We want to say welcome, Rima. Thank you. So it has something to do with color, right? Because all of this is bright and colorful and fun. That grabs the kids' attention.
Yes.
It grabs mine. But then again, I'm this many.
Well, it should grab all of our attention. It's very colorful, and when we think of snacks, we tend to think of foods that tend to be higher in calories and fat and sodium, and so we're really missing the boat if we just think of snacks that way, because snack time is actually a really golden opportunity to sneak in some extra fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and some really good lean and heart-healthy proteins as well.
And for those picky eaters and the kids that won't eat a whole sandwich, I mean, when you think about snacks, they're bite-sized. Right. You could get food into young kids who don't eat a lot, right?
Right, right, absolutely. And, with snacks, again, it's a snack, it's not a meal, so we want to keep it small. And snack time is actually a great way to try some foods that they may not be willing to try at dinner time or at other meals, because it is smaller portions.
So are you going to show us today some options that would be good for during the school day, before school, after school, or what?
These are great, I think, for after school. You can pack them for lunch as well, or to snack on, in the morning. But these are super simple and great for those busy afternoon when you're trying to get to sports or band practice or just through a marathon of homework. So,
what's our first snack?
Our first snack is fruit nachos. And so, like with meals, snacks actually should contain a complex carbohydrate like fruits, vegetables, or whole grains, along with some protein. So here we have the fruit, the apples that are really high in potassium and vitamin C.
So Granny Smith, Red Delicious.
Right, and they're in season right now. They're great. Lots of greens and reds, so they're beautiful. And actually, you can take and just slice up the apples like we have here.
Okay.
And then, that's my scissors, but really...
I have scissors right here.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Okay.
So actually, this is just Greek yogurt and honey and cinnamon.
Greek yogurt, honey. Okay.
Honey and cinnamon.
Do these work? I'm going to let you do it.
Make a little hole just in the corner there?
Just make a little hole. Yeah, you can actually put them in a baggie and then let the kids mush it around so they get to be involved.
I like that.
Oh, they must love that because it's just like gooey. And...
Exactly. It's a little bit like Play-Doh, and you actually can just drizzle some honey on there. To make your little fruit nachos. And then let them top it. They love this part, and you get to control what they are topping it with. So, if you want them to have more fruit, you can actually put berries, strawberries, blackberries.
Perfect.
Look beautiful on there. Some low-fat granola. Yeah, they love that. Adds a little bit of crunch and a little bit more complex carbohydrates.
And then of course the chocolate.
Yes, you have to have chocolate chips.
Little mini chocolate chips.
Right.
Those are cute.
That's right.
That's good. Okay.
And you got some seeds there too?
We have some seeds. So with snacks, we really want them to have some protein as well. So all of these have some complex carbohydrates and protein. So you can get some good protein from sunflower seeds and actually chia seeds. And it looks beautiful.
Right, yummy.
Wow. You hear so much about chia seeds these days, so they must have a lot of nutrition in them.
They do, and they're a great seed, protein, fiber, so just a great way to get some extra protein and nutrients.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah, it's great.
Perfect for after school. Okay, now what do we have here in the middle?
So this is actually a tuna pinwheel, and this is a great way to get some vegetables and some seafood in our kids' diets, because we know they're not eating enough of either of those. So actually you can just take a nice avocado, or for ease here I have
already made up
pre-made guacamole.
Right.
Just gonna spread it on.
Guacamole, the good fat.
That's right, right. It's a monounsaturated fat, so really good for us. And then we actually have some tuna here that's really simple. I mean,
I was going to say, what could be some more simple than this, right?
Opening the pouch, and you're getting a lot of protein in your kids' bodies, and you're getting some heart-healthy omega-3s, which seafood is a great source of.
And tuna fish is kind of like a staple for kids. They like tuna fish.
Yeah, it's such a super way to help them meet that 2 to 3 times a week of seafood. Great for growing brains, which we definitely want to develop during the school year.
And this is packed in water, so you're keeping the calories down there, right?
Yeah, you can actually use oil, kind of gives it a little bit more of a mouthfeel taste, or water, whichever you prefer. And
but
here come the veggies and
then
the color.
Little peppers to give it some crunch.
That's right. Give it lots of color and crunch. You can do spinach if your kids like leafy greens, or dark, green lettuce.
Some carrots.
Some carrots.
So I like that you have a sweet, I have a sweet tooth, so I like that you have things that are sweet, like the red and yellow peppers are sweet.
Yes.
So are the carrots.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever vegetables you want to add in there are great. So those sweet peppers are terrific.
So you roll it up in a little pita?
You do.
And this is whole grain too, right?
So this is a whole grain.
Once again, amping up that nutrition every little chance you get.
That's right. You've got your complex carbohydrates and your protein from that.
And then here's the finished product. You've got your little pinwheels all cut, and they're adorable. Your kids like those?
They do.
What ages are they?
I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Oh, okay. So that's good for even the younger ones.
That's right. It's good for the younger, the older, and it's a great way, again, just to help them meet the vegetable and seafood needs that they need to be getting more of.
Now, popcorn. Who doesn't love popcorn, right?
So you can serve it in, you know, just plain. It's still a whole grain. It's great. You can do air popped or lightly seasoned.
And what do we have here? It looks like we got something sprinkled on.
Right, and this just kind of mixes it up. So you can do a sweet if you like the sweet. You can do savory. So this actually is just popcorn. So you've got that complex carbohydrate, and then I added some cinnamon chickpeas for some extra protein and extra sugar. I did cinnamon on top with some
And this
dried
one
fruit.
has Chex Mix in it?
That has some whole grain cereal.
Okay.
That's right.
We gotta
and some
go. But
pretzels.
that was lovely.
Tomorrow, we're going to get a preview of Loudoun County's 3rd annual Epicurrents Festival.
I think so.
Okay.
And we're going to be blending wine to make the perfect vino. Be sure to tune in.
Bottoms up.